Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Morgan. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video because it's all about the 7 apps that I use on a regular basis for my content creation and my growth hacking to keep my life as stress-free as possible when it comes to not only running one business, but 2 businesses, as well as my own personal brand online. So let's get into these apps. I don't like wasting you guys' time. First of all, we're going to start off with none other than the holy grail of apps for myself, and that is Pinterest. Okay, now listen, I don't know what type of creator you are if you're not using Pinterest. You don't have to actually post on Pinterest to be a fan of this app. I talk about Pinterest all the time, and it's mainly because Pinterest is the #1 traffic source for my website. I post regularly on there. Sometimes I go up in numbers, sometimes it stays the same, but no matter what, I am in the Pinterest algorithm for keyword search and things like that because people land on my website somehow from finding the very, very old pictures as well. And so Pinterest is great because it is its own search engine. So for me, depending on what you look at on Pinterest, it kind of works like Google and everything else, how all these search engines basically spy on your life. So whatever you type in, your feed will start to accumulate all of those type of images for you, and you'll start to see a lot more of it, which is why I wanted to name this app first, because if you think about it, when you type in something that you're really interested in, it's probably something that you want to see all the time to keep you inspired, but also to keep you on your toes. And for me, when it comes to swimwear and fashion, Pinterest app does that for me. I am officially a verified merchant on Pinterest, and here's my profile right there. I'm officially verified on there, so now I'm even more trustworthy, and now my traffic from here has went up so much more. The analytics are great, and again, I love it. I post on here, you know, just as an avid user of the app, and I love it. So I'm starting to post more now that I have a different strategy, and I've actually communicated with someone who's really good at using Pinterest, and I'm about to schedule a call with Pinterest as well because they have contacted me to help me out with my marketing and stuff like that for the app. This is really cool. Pinterest actually pays attention to its users, and I highly suggest you get on here, even if it's just to have some sort of mood board or inspiration that you create to keep yourself inspired to constantly be in the creation mode. So yeah, this is the app that I love and I swear by. The next app that we're going to get into is a scheduling app, if you will. It is a calendar, and I bet you didn't think I was going to say Google Calendar. Okay, now the Google Calendar, you guys, is amazing. I have been loving the Google Calendar. I've tested out different types of scheduling apps for myself. Some of them are a bit over the top, where it asks you to not only just schedule, but you can post mood boards and all kinds of stuff, and that's just too much for me. When I want to schedule, I just need to see the schedule, and I go from writing my calendar out sometimes on paper, but I notice that I'm carrying my tablet, my iPad around more, or my phone, and so this just works best for me. I'm a digital person, so if I can see it, if I can get notified, I'll take it. And so for this app, I'm just going to show you exactly how I time block my time out for my most productive days. I don't schedule in every single day because that's a bit much, but here's how I schedule mine now. I schedule my lunch breaks, dinner, because I forget to eat sometimes as a busy entrepreneur. I schedule in days where I need to do photo shoots, update my mailing list, and stuff like that. Those are my productivity days. Those are my production days, and this is how my workflow works. Also, when you put in your time block, it allows you to be notified. So every time it's time for you to do something that you said that you were going to do, it notifies you at that exact time, so you have no excuses. If you put it off, you're putting it off because you put it off, not because you didn't know. So I love the Google Calendar app. Now, the next 3 apps are going to be photo apps or drawing apps or something like that. I'm going to mention Lightroom and Facetune because I use those 2 apps together. I'm pretty sure you've heard of both of those 2 things, but let me tell you how I use mine. In the Lightroom app, you guys, I'm going to show it right now. This is the Lightroom app, and this is just a photo that I pulled up that's unedited. I use this because I have my own preset set. So if you upload a photo into the Lightroom app and you go into the editing process like you would in any other app, you can edit it, but you can save that official edit and save it as a preset, which means that if you have similar pictures under the same type of lighting or background, you can just click on the preset and you don't have to constantly re-edit every single picture to fit your aesthetic or to fit the way that you want your things to look and feel. A good example of that right now, sorry about the light, is that this is the photo, but every time I click on one of my presets, the images change according to how I want them to look and feel. This is why I love the Lightroom app, because I have presets set for different type of things. I have them set already for beauty shots that are shot indoors rather than outdoors. I have things set for my outfit photos when I'm outdoors, or I'm in a green field, or if the sky is like a little cloudy. I have these different presets so I don't have to constantly re-edit and re-edit and re-edit every single photo every single time. The next app that I'm going to mention is the Facetune app. I use this together with Lightroom because once I leave Lightroom with that edit, I take that photo immediately into Facetune most times. This is the same photo that just came from Lightroom, and in the Facetune app, I don't do a lot of crazy stuff. Usually I just update the clarity in the photo, meaning I'll enhance the eyebrows and my hair to make sure that it looks really nice, but to also make sure that I'm not washed out by the Lightroom edit if there's any washing out that has happened. And you know that when you upload to Instagram, the quality goes down a bit, so this is just a backup for clarity. So that's how I use the Facetune app. The next app I'm going to talk about is an app that is only available for Apple devices. I'm sorry, but it is the Procreate app, and I swear by it. I use it every single day and pretty much every single night. This is where I get all of my creative juices flowing. So in the Procreate app, let me click on it. In the Procreate app, I do things like this, where I draw my sketches. Every time I post a reel that has one of these sketches, you guys always ask me, what app am I using? And it is this app right here. It allows you to do time lapse of your drawings and things, and so you can see it play back and see all the things that you did to create your final, you know, draft or final cut. And so this is one of my samples that I just had made actually, and we're going into production for this exact swimsuit for the next season. And it's cool because all the details are in here, the sketches are in here and everything like that. Also in this app, aside from sketches, I work on client work. I have client work that I use in here, and in my clients I do basic drawings or new drawings for their logos, for their website layouts, for their stickers that they want to, if they want to have sticker packs. I do their flyers, their mailers, things like that. I create all inside of the Procreate app. And then after I create certain things in the Procreate app, I like to take it out of the Procreate app, which is going to lead me into the next app that I'm going to talk about, and that is Canva. You guys, Canva is hands down one of my favorite apps. I've been using it for a couple of years. I'm on the paid version of Canva just because it gives you a little bit more to use on the app. But in the Canva app, you guys, it's really cool because this is where I create all of my graphics. This is where I create my carousel images and things like that for Instagram or Pinterest or what have you. But this is right here is one of the latest ones that I did for my Instagram, and this was the one all about email lists. If you haven't seen it, please follow me on Instagram at mayhemmorgan_. I love to see you there. I love to have you there. Go ahead, follow. But I go on here, and this is really cool because on the Canva app, you guys, you can click on the names of the apps that you use, and it'll bring up the exact template that you need to create whatever type of artwork that you need, whether it's a Facebook photo, Facebook cover, a Facebook post, Pinterest post, Instagram post, whether it's a story post or a regular post. It creates different things, but it gives you a lot of stuff to work with as well. So you don't have to be the most creative person in the world to use the Canva app. It has different elements where you can use shapes, numbers, different graphics. You use your own photos. You can upload photos of yourself. You can use photos that are in the app. You can use different fonts and text. It has video now. And you can use the camera. You can automatically click on logo and it'll pop up your own logos if you saved it under your folders or whatever. And that's how the Canva app works. Now, last but certainly not least, I'm going to talk to you guys about Planoly, because I like to schedule things when it comes to my brand pages, because honestly, I'm just really busy and I run 2 brands now. So scheduling something for me is just like a relief and just weight off of my shoulders. But the Planoly app is really cool because I don't just use this for scheduling. I use this honestly for my marketing purposes. This is my brand page for Mayhem Swim, you guys, and this is how I was looking at the beginning of summer. You can see I had the more brighter colors, things that were more watercolor, because this was what was working for my brand at the time, and it was, again, the beginning of summer. So I created a story to tell during that time, and in that time I had a very specific marketing plan that I had. Now leading into the fall time, I'm merging into the more warmer colors, warmer tones and things like that, which are the oranges, and then the next you'll see our new stuff start to roll out in just a few days. But this is where we're at currently. But for marketing purposes, I use this because once I can see how things look on the Planoly app, I can go in and make the captions work to my favor and my brand's favor. I know how to talk to my customers now because I've had a business now for a couple of years. So I know the tone to take with them with different types of products. I know if I need a call to action. I know if I just need to say something cool or quirky or whatever. And that's how I use this, because once you see something, you can have a really good marketing plan of actually how to talk to people. And so that's how I use the Planoly app, you guys. Now that, I believe, is my top favorite 7 apps that I use on a day-to-day basis. If you like any of those apps, please let me know in the comments how you use them. Tag me in some of your photos if you've ever posted something using those apps. If you're like a creative or a business coach or whatever, I would love to know how you guys use the apps. And if I didn't mention an app that you feel that I should use, make sure you also mention that in the comment section. And again, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.